Hello, hello. Let's get going. How are y'all? Hey, Kaylee. Almighty Big Springs, Texas. Man, I got stories about Big Springs. Denver. North Dakota, Kansas City. I'm doing great. Ohio, I'm coming for you, Ohio. A couple weeks out. Kansas City, we're gonna be there the 14th. I'm trying to get this camera perfect here for you guys. Setting this up is not always easy, but we're getting this. South Dakota, Washington, Virginia, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I like saying that all the time. Chattanooga. You know what I mean? You can really roll it, really sound good. This is Lion and the Lamb by Leland off of the new Bethel CD that came out. If you didn't know it, Bethel Live came out with a new CD a couple weeks ago. It's awesome. You excited about this one? Linmed 040809. That's a mouthful. Good. Houston representing. Hey, Brittany. You loved yesterday's? Good. Yesterday's Periscope will go on YouTube here pretty quick. You know, we're all learning this Periscope video thing together. We're all learning. Erica, hopefully he doesn't. Hey, Switzerland, so glad you got to get on. I hope you guys are doing good over there. I'm editing some stuff out because I've realized a lot more about what you guys want to see and what you guys like as far as the videos, the length, stuff like that. So I'm gonna make it to where I don't have to do as much editing. This video thing, I'm gonna flip around. Yesterday's video, I'm having to do some editing because when I set up the camera to look away, and then I flip it to look at me, when I get the recording, it one is upside down, one is right side up, and it's crazy. I'm breaking Periscope again. Pumping as you speak. Well, you know what? My amazing bride is at home pumping and feeding our newborn probably as we speak right now. And so we're with you. You like my haircut? Thank you so much. Crystal McKinney in Southlake. She's a patient. She's an oiler. She's amazing. She is responsible for making me look pretty. Okay, so let's get to the info on here, and let me explain why I'm all redded out and hot and bothered by this article that came out by the Journal of Pediatrics that I will publicly go on as saying is the most ridiculous article I've read by them in a while. You know, I'm going to try to not be insulting, being the fake doctor that I am. Jokes, fist bumps, whatever. Okay, so for those of you, before I get in and I explain why I'm so annoyed, okay, for those that are new, because I'm trying to keep myself straight, because I'm really frustrated with this. For those who are new, I'm Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton. I'm a chiropractor in Texas. The reason that I can talk about this topic is because we specialize in pregnancy and pediatrics. We have specialized in pregnancy pediatrics. Oh, bye-bye to the abyss. We specialize in pregnancy and pediatrics for 13 years. We've opened 2 birthing centers. We work with midwives. My wife is a midwife. We've worked with moms to help with breastfeeding, to help babies latch, and to help assist in breastfeeding for 12 plus years. So we know what we're talking about on this. We also specialize in wellness and in family care. So our big deal with families is in getting them the best start, the best wellness start possible. Yes, this is what we do. Okay, this is our bag of goods. This is our territory. So when an article like this that is completely asinine and stupid comes on the wire talking about this, I just get a little bit excited and I get a little bit upset. And so we need to talk about it and we need to clear the air because what's happening is medically okay, so let me just read a little bit about what the article said. Hey, Natalie, let's talk about that first. So the article was in the Journal of Pediatrics and it just came out. When was this published? Let me see if there's a date on here. I'm sure there is. I don't see the date on here, but it's in the Journal of Pediatrics, and it's talking about, it says, unintended consequences of invoking the natural in breastfeeding promotion. Okay, so I'm going to read you this summary real quick. Then we're going to talk about why this is crazy. And I'm going to tell you my top 3 reasons why breastfeeding is incredible. If you're looking for other videos, get on the other social media outlets, YouTube. All my videos go to YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. I post a lot of pics of my gorgeous kids. Facebook, you can follow me on there. connected, please follow me on there. That way, nope, just got in, busy mommy. We have not started anything just yet. So that way we can stay connected. So on this one, if you want to share and you're new to Periscope, you swipe left, swipe up, depending on Android or iPhone. iPhone, you swipe left, you scroll up, and there's a share option. You can share it, send it straight to Facebook. You can copy the link, share it, and then pop right back in. So please do that, because the new update, thank you twins mama, thank you fixing ear mom, I think I can say that right, for sharing. You guys are awesome. The Ashbrooks, you guys are great. Because this whole topic of breastfeeding is a hot topic, and the attack on moms breastfeeding is not a subtle one. Like, the attack on moms and their freedom of breastfeeding their children has grown in the last few years. And it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. And so we're going to talk about this. And I want to show you, I'm going to read you this summary on this article because it's not that long. And then I'm going to explain another thing that they're trying to do on research as far as breastfeeding. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Taylor, Brittany, Mary, Brock, thank you. You guys are great. Okay. So it's a spiritual attack, it's a physical attack, it's attack on personal, personal rights, everything. Okay, it's just ridiculous. And so we're going to talk about this. Let me read you the article, the summary of it real quick, and then let's talk about another thing that they've attacked on breastfeeding in the last 2 to 3 years, and then I'm going to talk about the top 3 reasons why everyone should breastfeed. Now, here's one thing that I want to say to you guys up front. Some moms can't. And I completely understand. We've worked with moms for years and years, over a decade, okay, that have not been able to breastfeed for multiple reasons. I completely understand. This is not meant to make you feel like you're not doing 100%. Every one of you moms, here we go. I'm about to drop a mic on you. You ready? Every mom in here is amazing, and you're doing the best that you possibly can. Bam. You're incredible, and you're doing all that you can. Even if you can't breastfeed, you are an amazing mom, and you are changing an entire generation just by the things that you do. So please don't take this as I go through and as I talk about the fact that breastfeeding is amazing. If you had to, or even if you just chose to, if you chose to feed your kids formula, it does not make you not a good mom. That is not this exactly. Thank you, twins mama. This is a guilt-free zone. I'm not saying there's tons of grace. I'm not saying that it was a bad choice on your part. I'm just going to give you my top 3 reasons why. Is there another weirdo in here? Okay, we'll look for him. I'm a good troll hunter, so we'll smack him. And so, yeah, adoption, we've adopted. Now, we were blessed to get breast milk, donated in, but sometimes that's not an option, and it's okay. You're okay, we're all okay. But I do want to explain why breastfeeding is incredible in the way that God created it. Because like we've talked about, for those of you guys who are my regular followers, love you. But remember what we say? Like, God created our bodies for perfect. Like, He has an idea behind all this. It's not like it was like, oh, what are we going to do today, Holy Spirit? I don't know. Let's just make guys and girls. And I don't know. How about we do it like this? And it was just random. No. He specifically and lovingly created us all to work a specific way and created us for function and for perfect. So we're going to talk about that. All right, let's read this summary real quick, and then let me talk to you about the other, yes, pumping for adoption is totally possible. You're awesome. Hey, I'm so proud of you guys. You know what I love is I post this picture that we're going to talk about this, that we're talking about the top 3 reasons, my top 3 reasons that breastfeeding is amazing. And you guys post your breastfed babies and stuff on there. I love that. I love it. It totally blows my mind and cracks me up. So proud of y'all. Okay, let's read this summary. Okay, let's read this summary and then let's talk about it. Okay, so it says medical and public health organizations recommend that mothers exclusively breastfeed for at least 6 months. Thank you so much for telling us that we can do that, okay? This is a bit bent. This is a bit bent. I don't know what that means. Am I bent? Am I crooked? There. Better? There we go. Okay. This recommendation is based on evidence of health benefits for mothers and babies, as well as developmental benefits for babies. A spate, I like that word, a spate of recent work challenges the extent of these benefits, and ethical criticism of breastfeeding promotion as stigmatizing is also growing. Okay? Oops, that's very bent. Okay, maybe we're all crooked. I'm pretty straight here. Okay, here we go. Building on this critical work, we are concerned about breastfeeding promotion. Watch this. Oh my gosh. You ready this? Watch this. We are concerned about breastfeeding promotion that praises breastfeeding as the natural, it says, way to feed infants. This messaging plays into a powerful perspective that natural approaches to health are better. A view examined in a recent report by the Newfield Council on Bioethics. Promoting breastfeeding as natural may be ethically problematic, and even more troubling, it may bolster this belief that natural approaches are presumably healthier. This may ultimately challenge public health's aims in other contexts, particularly childhood vaccinations. Of course! Oh, you mean like if people nurse their babies and they're healthier, they might not get sicker and they may not need toxic crap? Of course. This may ultimately challenge, this is the biggest thing. This is it. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. You ready for this? This is ridiculous. Listen to this sentence. This may ultimately, no, not ultimately, it does. This not may, it does. This may ultimately challenge public health's aim in other contexts. Let me translate that to what that says. Public health, the public health institution is not, their goal is not your health. That's not their goal. Public health's aim is money. That's it. It's ridiculous. So, let me try to be as least amount insulting as possible. There was another thing that came out. This was a couple of years ago, okay? One of the biggest things, okay? What on earth is this article? It's a new article in the Journal of Pediatrics that came out. You can go look it up. Neil Z. Miller posted it on his Facebook page. Neil Z. Miller wrote a book called Vaccinations, Are They Really Safe and Effective? And he talks about breastfeeding in there. Now, if you want a really good book that talks about all of the different science and neurology about breastfeeding, and you want to read a textbook on it like we have, and you want to actually study it and get actual training in it like we have, not like these people, but like we have, then there's a textbook called The Psychoneuroimmunology of Human Breast Milk. It's a full-on text. It's a big textbook that talks about the psychoneuroimmunology of human breast milk, because human breast milk is so vital and it's so important that it affects multiple systems. It's an incredible book. If you're into that, if you're a lactation consultant, if you're a healthcare practitioner, or you're a mom that's nursing and you want to see how amazing you are, read the book. The Psychoneuroimmunology of Human Breast Milk. That's it, Natalie. It is incredible. Okay, so a couple of years ago, thank you so much, the Harmony family, for what you do, okay? Thank you for La Leche League. Thank you for you guys helping moms breastfeed. How long do we breastfeed? We'll talk about that in a minute. There's different times for different people. I'll tell you how long we normally do for our kids, okay? The Psychoneuroimmunology of Human Breast Milk. That's the title, okay? All right, check that out. Now, a couple of years ago, they were studying the effects of breastfeeding moms and the efficacy and the accuracy of the MMR vaccine. Okay, watch this. One of the biggest things in breast milk that comes up is there's very high vitamin A, because vitamin A is in all the different mucus-forming glands in the body, and it's very important for immune system. Okay. So when a mom breastfeeds and it's early on and they're getting a lot of the colostrum, they're getting very high levels of vitamin A. Okay. Well, one of the things that very high levels of vitamin A have been shown to do is it's been shown to limit the side effects of the MMR vaccine, and it's been shown to limit the effects of the MMR shot, period, because it goes against and fights against measles. Okay? All right, so a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, there was an article that came out that hit Facebook that kind of went through and went on, and it said breastfeeding affects efficacy of MMR shot, studies underway. And I'm like, look at this, they're finally getting on board. Maybe they're looking at this and they're going, hey, breastfeeding is amazing, maybe we should recommend this more, okay? That's not what happened. So you read through the whole study, and it talks about the fact that the vitamin A in breast milk is so potent, and the immune markers in breastfeeding and in breast milk is so intense that when a mom is breastfeeding a baby who is getting an MMR shot, it is so strong that it affects the efficacy of the actual vaccine itself, and they were finding that the babies were not getting the immunity from the shot like they thought because breast milk was that potent and the breastfeeding immune cells were that heightened. Okay? Aw, you're awesome. Obus. Okay? It will be on YouTube. So, ready? So, what they studied is they found some of the different antibodies and they found some of the different markers, okay? They found some of the different markers that they were like, we think, at the very end of the study, here's where it goes. At the very end of the study, what they said, instead of going, oh, breastfeeding is best, this is amazing, like women should breastfeed their babies, that's not what they did. At the end of the study, it said, so studies are underway to find the neurotransmitter and the antibody in breast milk responsible for affecting the measles virus and the shot so that a competent antibody can be made for the vaccines to shut down the effect. Okay? We'll shut down the effect. So they're not out for you to give your babies immunity. Yes, they're studying ways to put things in the vaccines so that it can shut down the effect of the breast milk so that even though you're nursing your baby, it will not affect the virus in the breast milk. Because honestly, sure, like if you're going to get the MMR shot, don't you want the MMR shot to do its job? Don't you want the MMR shot to actually work? Like, so if you're breastfeeding, you're shutting it down. Okay, so watch this. Let's talk about my top 3 reasons, okay? Let's talk about my top 3 reasons, because this isn't a vaccine scope. I'm not even going to do that, but it's just what had come up. So let's talk about my top 3 reasons why breastfeeding is so incredible and why, if the mom is able and the mom is healthy, that she should totally do it. All right, no particular order. Here we go. Number one reason why breastfeeding an infant is incredible is bonding and limbic support. Bonding with the baby and limbic system support. Okay? Bonding with baby and limbic system support. Okay, so what does this mean? The number one way that a baby acclimates to their new environment when they are born, because you got to remember, like, as in, you can't remember, but you got to think and remember and think about the fact that as an infant, okay, as an infant in the womb, it's quiet, it's dark, the sounds are muffled, like they can't, you know what I'm saying? Like it is fully protected, okay, fully protected. Once an infant is born into world, like on earth, and they're brought into the world, it is a totally different animal, and it is stressful. Okay, our world is stressful for an infant. That's just the way it is. The number one way, it's traumatic. It's crazy. It's a crazy transition. It is a traumatic change because they're like, what? So the number one way that they acclimate and that they reduce their stress and that they like slowly work their way into the world and into life is breastfeeding. The bonding effect of it, there is a hormone called oxytocin that gets released when a woman nurses her baby. Okay, watch this. Oxytocin, right? Oxytocin also gets released when a husband and wife, a couple who are married and they have sex or they at least like touch, like they're hugging and they touch. It's a happy hormone. It's a bonding hormone. It releases oxytocin and they bond to each other. The baby, as soon as they come out, right? As soon as they come out, when they put the baby on the mom and the mom starts to nurse them, the mom's body creates oxytocin. It is a happy bonding hormone, and that love hormone attaches and the baby goes, you're my mama. Like, you're my family. You love me. And they feel that hormone immediately, and they get that hormone every single time the mom nurses them. So it bonds them. It gives them security. It gives them stress relief. And if you can reduce stress, you're going to increase digestive function. Remember we talked about this? You're going to improve breathing. You're going to improve nursing. You're going to improve sleep. You're going to improve immunity. All of those things just by reducing stress. So like the nursing, why do you think that when a baby gets stressed out, they go, and they like really want, and as the mom nurses them, they're like, and then they totally like calm down and they totally almost go to sleep. Why? Because it calms them down because of the hormone. And watch this. Oh, I don't want to give away. There's something else. They also get a neurological response from it too. Oh, you're awesome. They also get a neurological response from it too. A neurological response from it too that calms that part of the brain. It's crazy. Okay, so watch this. The limbic system, okay? Limbic system. This part of the brain, look up limbic, L-I-M-B-I-C. Limbic system, the limbic system in the brain is the part of the brain, okay? A lot of trolls today. I know. They obviously weren't breastfed. All of these trolls weren't breastfed. Do you see? Trolls need goals, That's what someone said, and they should have been breastfed. That's what it is. Okay, you get that? All right. So I don't even get into that. Here, peppermint in their eye. Bam, bam. Okay. All right. So here we go. Quick second of fame for them. That's right. That 9-year-old getting on his mom's phone saying "F your mom." That's great. I mean, it really makes him look like a man. That's awesome. Go play on your video games some more. Oh, gosh. All right, so the limbic system in the brain. The thing that the limbic system does is the limbic system is the part of the brain that you and I and the babies, right, and kids use to determine whether something is dangerous or not, whether something is harmful or not, whether it is painful or pleasure, okay? So as an adult, all right, the way that works is that part of the brain is developed over experience and over like you just experiencing life. And so when you come into a situation, like you get on this scope with me or you walk into a room and something happens, your brain in a millisecond goes, are we good here? Are we safe? And it evaluates it, and if everything is safe, then your body goes, okay, we're good. If it feels not safe, then your brain goes into fight or flight mode. Listen to this. It goes into fight or flight mode, and you start to go through like post-traumatic stress. Literally, you start to shrink, you lose memory, your digestive system goes down, your skin starts to peel because you're losing nutrients, you're losing fats that should go to the skin. There's so many things. Your respirations speed up, and you start to lose oxygen. So in a baby, they don't have that part of the brain even developed yet. They do not have their own limbic system, all right? Hear me on this. An infant does not have their own limbic system. The way that they support their limbic system is nursing, rocking, and nursing. Stress can permanently harm development. That is exactly right. That is so right. That's a great statement. Because stress in that early development stage completely limits development, limits their ability to handle stress. Like overall, and it affects their gut. It can create long-term leaky gut. It's amazing. Like God created our bodies amazingly well. Amazingly well. It's so crazy. Okay, so creation is perfect. All right, so that's number one. So number one reason why breastfeeding and women should breastfeed their babies is bonding and limbic system support. Okay, you ready? Number two reason, okay? Number two reason why women should nurse and why they should breastfeed their babies. Number two, immune and nutrient support. Immune system, immune boosting, and nutrient support, okay? Now, on this, I'm going to blow your mind. You ready for this? Let me go ahead and hold the mic because I'm about to blow your mind. Boom! I'm going to just drop it. Let me drop it again. Boom! Okay. Here's what happens when a woman breastfeeds a baby. You ready for this? So, when you as a mom go to breastfeed your baby and you latch them on, okay? And as they latch on to the front of the breast, around the areola, around the front of the breast, there are signals. There's neurological signals. There's neurological connections at the breast that senses the baby's saliva. Watch this. And the baby's saliva, this is just nutrient. We're not even talking immune yet. Watch this. The baby's saliva has neurotransmitters in it, okay? The baby's saliva has neurotransmitters in it that tells your body what they need in that second. Good night. It tells your body what they need in that second, okay? Watch this. So here's what happens. When you latch them on, it gives your body a menu, and the breast milk will change content depending on what the baby is developing at that time. So they've done studies testing moms who are nursing twins, and they're tandem nursing at the exact same time. And they tested the breast milk, okay? They tested the breast milk. And so what they found is that the baby nursing on the left side had higher protein content. Baby nursing on the right side had higher fat content because each baby was developing something totally different. I'm just going to leave that there for a second. How about that? Okay? Incredible. So when the baby latches on, it changes the content of the milk consistently. So when you're looking at the other alternatives and everything, even pumping isn't as ideal, even though it's still great. Because if you're giving them pumped food, like for Tate, we're giving him pumped breast milk that's been donated, which is amazing, and it is a huge bonus, and it's a huge blessing. Well, in that part, right? in that part right there, like we may be giving him breast milk that was pumped in month 2, and he's 8 months old. So the things that he needs, it's not exactly what he would need in that moment. It's still great though. Do you see what I'm saying? But if he was actually nursing and latching on, it's a totally different process, and he would get different nutrients. So it changes it a lot. So formula, it's never going to give them the same amount of nutrition. Never. It can't. It can't do it because the babies change it. Donated is better than not, absolutely. Pumping is better than not, absolutely. But it's still not as good. It's just different. Okay, it's just totally different. All right, so that's the nutrient support. So the baby literally, come on, watch this. Watch how amazing creation is. Okay, and why this article is ridiculous. The article is saying that we should stop telling, if this article goes out to primary care physicians that are pediatricians, and it's telling the pediatricians to stop telling you that breastfeeding is natural because it implies that natural is healthier. Of course it does. Natural is better. Natural is healthier. There's never an instance where doing something non-naturally is better on the body. Quicker? Yeah, maybe. Different changes? Sure. Better? Never. There's never a chance on that. So this article in the Journal of Pediatrics saying that they should stop saying that breastfeeding is natural and stop promoting it as a better option for immunity is ridiculous. Because you can never show me an immune thing that matches the baby's neurotransmitters in the saliva signaling the breast milk. Now watch this. You ready? You ready for this side? You ready, Angie? Okay, so the immune side of this, the immune boosting side, the thing about the immune boosting side, watch this. This is unbelievable. Okay. On the immune side, this is how incredible this is. The mom and the baby are so connected. Okay, now this is if you obviously birthed your baby. Adopting a baby is a little bit different, but you still do this. Watch this. The mom's body, because it is so connected neurologically to the baby's, when a baby is exposed, you ready for this? When a baby is exposed to certain antigens and certain germs and stuff like that. Yay, Brittany, you can talk. When a baby is exposed, like let's say, watch this, like you're walking into church. You're holding your baby, and you're walking into church, or you're holding your baby, and you're swaddling them, and you're walking into church. And Mr. Coffee Cofferson is there. They're like, and they're coughing over here in the corner. And you walk through the cloud of nastiness, okay? And your baby gets exposed to who knows what, all right? The second, watch this. This blows my mind. Blows my mind, and it makes me want to cry because Cindy is nursing Witten right now, and it's just the most incredible thing. When the baby is exposed to that antigen, before the baby ever latches on, the mom's body senses it. Your body as a mom knows that the baby, even if they're not with you, knows the baby was exposed to it and will create the antibodies for it in the breast milk before the baby even nurses. Bam! Just like that, in the words of Ellie. How about them? How about them apples? What? How about them breastises? Right? Bam! You are amazing, moms. All of you are incredible. And don't let any ridiculous, stupid article tell you otherwise because it is ridiculous. Has nothing to do with function. Don't let any doctor tell you otherwise. Don't let any family member tell you that you're not incredible and that breastfeeding your baby isn't legit. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay? So, but how? Because creation is incredible. That's it. God is amazing. And He has created a connection so strong that soon as the baby is exposed, the mom's breast milk creates the antibodies. So now, if you're choosing to vaccinate your children, the reason that part is important is because if you're nursing the baby and you're comforting them while the baby is getting a vaccine, the minute that the shot, watch this, the second that the shot goes into the baby's body, the mom starts creating antibodies for what is in the shot to help them in the situation fight off and not get as much of a reaction from what is in the actual shot. Come on! Gosh, so crazy awesome. All right, that's only 2. We've only done 2 things. Okay, that's only 2. I'm going to give you the third one. Okay? The third one. This is still epic. Okay, this is so crazy. It's insane. I know. I totally get it. The third one, neurological development. Okay? One of the biggest things that, one of the most impactful, epic, monumental things that helps a baby's brain develop faster than anything is nursing because of 2 things. 3 things. I mean, I could come up with a lot, but let's just say 3. 1, skin-to-skin contact with the mom. Two, because here's why, I'm going to talk about that in a second. Man, I just get all like, excited about this. Skin-to-skin contact with the mom, or at least being up against their body, because it calms them down. And it helps like calm down the stress, which promotes brain development. Two, you're normally rocking them, like the movement. And then you're switching sides. And so they get a totally different neurological input because they see things out of one eye, and then they switch, and they see things out of another, and they switch, and they totally, and they go like, you know what I'm saying? So they're getting different input, which fires different pathways. That's why it's important that you're switching and you're doing different holds, okay? That's the second. The third is because the actual sucking action, when they're sucking at the breast, the suckling action fires a part of the brain called the cerebellum. Just the action of it. That's why there's nutritive and there's non-nutritive nursing. Non-nutritive nursing, the moms will tell me all the time, and I look at them and I just try not to like yell at them when they're like, yeah, I just don't want my baby to use me like a pacifier. I'm like, why not? You're created to nurture them. You're created to build their brain. You're created to soothe them. Right? I get that there's other options. I mean, I totally get it. I'm not knocking you for using a pacifier or anything. I mean, we have one too. But when moms are like, it's just ridiculous. Like, as soon as they're done nursing, like, get off me, gaw. Why? Like, the non-nutritive nursing is just as impactful as the nutritive nursing, because non-nutritive nursing is 150 million% because 150 million% because of neurological development, and because of calming them down, and because of security, because of bonding. You see what I'm saying? So like when they're nursing and they're latching on and they're like nurse, 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 suck, 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 and they're not getting anything, it doesn't matter. They're getting neurological development. That's why it's not the milk that calms them down when they're upset. It's the sucking action and your body. Okay, so watch this. The comforting side of breastfeeding. You ready? Yeah, I'm sure you get exhausted. Like, you're like, I know, I get it. Cindy says the same thing. She's like, I'm done. I totally get that. I'm just saying, like, there's some moms that just don't want to do that at all. And I'm like, I don't get that part. So, you know, I can't empathize, you know, obviously, but I can sympathize. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's different. It's hilarious. Don't even get me joking now. Okay, so watch the comforting side. Okay, watch the comforting side of breastfeeding. When a baby is crying and they're upset, part of the reasons when they're really early on, when a baby like starts to cry and make noise, is because they're testing you to see if they're really safe. They're testing to make sure that someone's going to be there. Like, they're like, hello, hello, and they're trying to see if someone's going to come for them, right? And if they're going to comfort them. When you pick them up to nurse them, okay? When you pick them up to nurse them, all right, there's multiple things that calm them down. It's not the milk right away. Why do you think they stop crying right away? Okay? There's three things. The sucking action fires the cerebellum, just like a pacifier. When they're sucking on it, they're like, whoa, and they start going like head bobbing. It causes comfort. It reduces stress in the nervous system. It calms it down. Okay, I'll give you another one. Smell. They smell the mom. They immediately know that it's their mom. They're like, okay, I'm good. The other is warmth. The heat from your body, they can feel the heat. It helps them regulate their temperature. It helps bring circulation to their core, which helps to calm them down. The other thing is when you're nursing them, okay, when they're nursing them and they feel your heartbeat, when they're upset and you hold them to you and they're nursing, the reason they hold a hand on your chest and they lay their head on your chest is because they're feeling your heartbeat. Watch this, moms. This is incredible. When your heart rate stays steady, because you're not stressed out, they're just crying. I mean, you may be stressed, but you know what I mean? You're not freaking out. The baby still doesn't have that limbic system. They don't know. They think something is incredibly wrong. So when you latch them on, they're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, am I okay, am I okay, am I okay? Something's wrong! And then you latch them on, they're like, well, mom, well, her heart rate is fine, so we're fine. You are their limbic system. You are the one that is calming them down because they're feeling your heart rate. Dads can do this too to a certain point just because of heart rate and holding them and the shushing and the moving, but it's not exactly the same thing, okay? You like that? You know, that's my baby impersonation, okay? Yes, you're the thermostat, you're their comforter. It's a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? But you know what you can take solace in? You know what you can take peace in? God created you perfectly to do this. God created you 100% to take care of babies. That's why you can breastfeed. God created your body in order to do this, and He's given you every single thing physically, nutritionally, emotionally, neurologically, and mentally to rise to the task and do this the way that you're created to do. Okay? That is why, like, when moms are like, I just can't do this. Sometimes it can't. Sometimes it doesn't happen. You understand? But God is giving you everything that you need. That's why there is no pressure on you. There's no pressure on you. God did this. God created your body like this. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like the breastfeeding thing, one more time. Number one. Then I'm going to get off here because I'm just like, I want to keep going. Number one, 3 top reasons that I think that every mom should breastfeed. It's incredible, and that the Journal of Pediatrics should rescind that article because it's ridiculous and it's crazy. Gosh, and they are out of their mind. Number one, bonding and limbic system support. Look it up. Crazy, awesome. Number 2, my mic is dropping itself. What? Number 2, immune support and nutrient support. The baby asks for what they need. And number 3, neurological development and comfort. I'm going to say comfort down here. Neurological development and comfort. All right, you guys are awesome. I'm going to get off of here. Oh, man. See, people who say inappropriate things on a scope, they get sent to the black hole. That's sad. That's sad. I know. I'm teaching on breastfeeding because I'm a doctor and my wife is a midwife, and we've worked with moms for over a dozen years, helping them breastfeed and establish breastfeeding relationships with their babies. Yeah. Bye-bye, troll. That's right. Trolls need goals, and they should have been breastfed. Oh, how long for? Great question. So even like the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends at least over a year. So if you can breastfeed over a year, that's fantastic. Cindy breastfed Harper for right at 2 years. When she was pregnant with Ellie, it like drove her nervous system crazy. So Harper stopped nursing and he weaned himself at 2 years. And then with Ellie, Cindy, if you're on here, you can correct me on this, but she nursed Ellie for just under 2 years. It was like 18 months or so. And so our hope and goal is to be able to be able to nurse Witten for at least a couple years. So that'd be great. Hey, the essential oil video is, I'm editing the first of it, so it's like all streamlined. So I'm getting it up on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for getting on here, man. I appreciate you sharing the scopes. I appreciate you being patient with me as we get all this stuff like fixed and working on the videos and getting these done better. I want these to be tools for you guys so that you can help people. Like we can all teamwork, fist bump, help people live healthier. That's it. Because health really is simple. It's not easy, right? It's not easy. Solids, look up Baby-Led Weaning. Great book, Baby-Led Weaning. Check that one out, okay? Check that one out. You guys rock. You're amazing. I'm going to redo the products one. We're going to redo Essential Oils 101, the 101 class. And so we're looking at that. Again, there's the website. You can get to the YouTube channel there, or you can get on the other social media. Trying to get the glare off of there. Check it out. You guys are awesome. Love you. Proud of you. Go be intentional today. If you're a mom and you have a baby, go breastfeed that baby. Peace. I'm out of here.